What's happening? Long time. Haven't really posted anything in a while. We've been busy building police cars and everything else. We were the title sponsor for Mustang at Daytona. That was awesome. And as things are starting to cool down here in Florida, I'm finally being able to kind of start playing my own toys a little bit. So here's some updates on some of the things that we have been doing. One of the biggest things is we unloaded the Boss 302, and I'll explain that now. Well, I know a lot of folks, including people close to me, cannot believe that I would sell my Yellow Blaze Boss 302, especially for as long as I've had it, some of the memories I've had in it. But a lot of the reasoning came where I think we all kind of get these roads that we cross is for what its need was. I really kind of had it built for the Optima streetcar series, and I really did not ever want to make this a NASA SCCA door-to-door racer, and it was really peaking out unless I did like a major milestone update to this car. Going SLA probably on the front, adding some serious horsepower, camber rear axle. When I was really adding these things up to be competitive in that series and not just like top 15 and GT. The GT class, the last 7-8 years, has just gotten so enormously competitive. I mean, you've got guys with crazy amounts of downforce, crazy power, and it doesn't mean you can't compete at that level. You just got to open up that checkbook. The current winner is a SN95 Mustang, just won it, and Blevins has won it in an S197 a bunch of times, but these cars are substantially built. They're 600 horse plus, SLA. Ramirez has got independent rear suspension on his car. There's just a lot, and when you start adding all these things up, you're probably going to be at least another $35,000 that I need to throw at this car. And let's not forget, I mean, this car is creeping up in the 40s. It's got a lot of track miles on it. It's probably going to need a freshened up motor regardless. So throwing boost at it isn't gonna last. And to really do it right, I'm gonna have to send the motor off. So again, love the Boss 302. It's the GOAT live after car, but I do have a great lead on a Boss 302S. That way I can use that more for the SCCA, NASA type of stuff, and then still have my next project fit into that gap perfectly. So I was really lucky and fortunate that a lot of these inner circles that we kind of run in, that I found a particularly great deal on a 2017 GT350R. The car already had some pretty substantial upgrades to it. Know the owner well, track with him often. He's actually the title sponsor for Core Motorsports. I kind of introduced them together, and he recently purchased one of their GT4 Mustangs. So his 2017 GT350R really didn't have a need for it. He's kind of, getting out of the street car game, and, the Optima series, isn't something he's really wanting to play in. He's wanting to jump straight into door-to-door. And I still enjoy these Optima series events, and I still enjoy having a fun Mustang street car. So it kind of worked out perfect, especially because it was already wounded. The motors popped on it, and it's out at RPG in California. So I was able to kind of intercept and get into the situation where I could have the motor built, the right way, the way we want, and also really get creative on some of the things that we can do to the car itself. Like I said, the car came with some substantial amounts of goodies, a bunch of forged wheels from Apex, a bunch of nice takeoffs, AJ Hartman aero, the archetype aero as well. Some of these things I'm going to be unloading that's in the boxes that it came with. And he essentially was kind of going full track car build on this, and I'm kind of glad he didn't get too far because it's able to get back to a street car version, putting air conditioning back in it. And luckily, my good friends at Core have about everything under the sun that you could need for a car to put it back, because they're constantly taking cars and turning them into race cars. So lucked out on that, and we're going to start really putting this thing together here pretty soon. While I was at it, had some of the body work adjusted, painted, freshened up the front bumper, have an extra front bumper so I can easily convert from AJ Hartman aero to like a stock aero package, and the rear same way. I'm going to have two different deck lids, one for a lot higher downforce, more of a track situation, and one that's going to have like the stock GT350R wing on it. So doing a lot of cool things. Anderson Composite goodies galore are going to go on this car. Really want to get something that can take it up a step or two from what my boss was, and having the motor built, more power, and of course you can get a stick axle car like the Boss 302, which I feel like is the GOAT stick axle Mustang, to be very good. But man, it's tough once you get one of these cars dialed with some downforce, the independent rear, some of the geometry changes from the S197 to the S550, and I've driven them. They're just substantially easier to drive fast, and the Boss really held its own and did well on the autocross segments, speed stop challenge, those types of things. But to really hold its own in the time attack, it needed some substantial overhauling. And it is crazy that a new Edge SM95 just won the GT championship, but again, it's lots of power. I think he's in the 600s, substantial suspension to that car, lightened wide body in the rear. I mean, I just wasn't willing to take this really nice yellow blaze Boss 302 and go that step. And I also have way too many damn cars, so it's one of those things where I just didn't have a need for a really fast, fun street car other than the ones that I've got, especially if I'm going to be adding a Boss 302 back to the lineup as an S. So more to come on this build, and then also some more Red Rocket videos. We got some big updates coming on that car soon, and I hope that anyone that made it to Mustang Weeks at Daytona got to see some of our Salines, got to see the Red Rocket, and I look forward to having more content with the Salines here soon.